Dramatization.
After a car wreck, you may have to fight with a highly trained insurance company rep whose job is to knock your damaged claim down and out. It's a bad idea to enter the ring alone against a trained boxer, and it could be a bad idea to fight against a big insurance company by yourself. When the bell rings, attorney Dennis Sperling will be there to fight for your rights. If you've been seriously injured in a car wreck, call me, attorney Dennis Sperling, at 866-529-2444. That's 866-529-2444.
Dramatization.
Bad drivers cause car wrecks. Not paying attention to the road, operating electronic devices, and drinking while driving can lead to serious injuries. If you've been the victim of a bad driver, a trial lawyer may be able to help you recover money to pay your medical bills, reimburse you for lost wages, and compensate you for the pain caused by your injuries. If you, your friends, or family have been injured in a car wreck, contact me, attorney Dennis Sperling, toll free, 866-529-2444. I'm here to help.
Hi, my name is Dennis Sperling. I'm not a lawyer, but my daddy is.
Yeah, if you've been hurt in a car accident, call my daddy.
No need to scream and yell like a little kid.
Yeah, no yelling.
My daddy will fight for your rights.
Yeah, fight for your rights.
If you've been involved in a car accident, call my daddy, attorney Dennis Sperling.
Hello, I'm attorney Dennis Sperling. If you've been injured in a car wreck, call me at 713-229-0770.
Call my daddy, daddy.
Black women love to be useful tools for the white man system.
Yes, and Big Daddy.
They love to be used by white men, apparently. But this black woman, just like many of you, don't understand you're being used for your own self-destruction and the destruction of your people. We see it happening in rap music.
Get free education. Everybody gets free education for community college.
And it's happening. We did. And here's what I want you ladies to understand. See, it's one thing to play being. It's just like being a gangster. It's easy to play gangster until the gangster shit starts. It's easy to be a man until the fists get thrown and the bullets get to flying and the elbows and the knees get to getting thrown in the air. But lady, here's the thing. If you're gonna play the role of man, you better realize that speaking aggressively to other men when they're angry is gonna lead to a violent response. When a man is speaking aggressively to you, that is a challenge. You're a single black woman dressing like a man with no man at home. You living at your own risk. That dog, that pit bull can't replace a black man.
Woo! It's cold outside. Blizzard King coming. Woo! It's cold outside. Blizzard King coming. You get the cold shoulder. Cold outside. Blizzard King coming. Blizzard King. It's cold outside. Blizzard King coming. Yeah. October trick or treat, nigga. November turkey feast, nigga. December's getting cold, nigga. Sweet niggas running home, see them snow niggas. No more ho, niggas. Fairy tale scared as hell, tell them go, nigga. Over here, we for sure with it. Excuse the N-word, brother, cause we know niggas. It's been a blizzard, not superstitious, we live here. Kevin Samuels, he left the work, but still here. Women think they entitled to this men shit. But you commit the biggest sin, don't defend shit. Where your military women on the front lines. Where the women in them jets when it's time to fly. Where the women when it's time to build them roads up. Where them steel workers at, you turn your nose up. So many men that hung and died for rivalry. That's what you scared to do shit, we provide for it. People eat off us and never said thank you. Gave us the ass a kiss, turn your back and shake you. The blizzard is here, you heard it coming. Thought we told you, woman, bundle up for the summer. While you was out twerking in October, this is where we hit you with the fucking cold shoulder.
You got knocked the fuck out, bitch!
She chasing Ray and Tyrone with 3 kids blowing up my iPhone. It's cold outside in my time zone. She wanna let bygones be bygones. She want a shoulder she can cry on. Want me to show her that the lie's gone. I thought all niggas was deadbeats. All the black men that she lied on. October trick or treat, nigga. November turkey feast, nigga. December's getting cold, nigga. Sweet niggas running home, see them snow niggas. No more ho, niggas.
Ho, motherfucker.
Fairy tale scared as hell, tell them go, nigga. Over here, we for show with it. Excuse the N-word, brother, cause we know niggas. October trick or treat, nigga. November turkey feast, nigga. December's getting cold, nigga. Sweet niggas running home, see them snow niggas.
Y'all hoes gotta get off this corner with that.
Better watch your little filthy mouth. You are talking to children of the Lord.
Day, you can't talk to these old ass ladies like that.
No more ho, niggas. Fairy tale scared as hell, tell them go, niggas. Over here, we for show with it. Excuse the N-word, brother, cause we know niggas.
If you're gonna play the role of man, you better realize that speaking aggressively to other men when they're angry, it's going to lead to a violent response. When a man is speaking aggressively to you, that is a challenge. The other thing I can say, you definitely don't have a good black man at home who can fight your battles for you. You're a single black woman dressing like a man with no man at home. You living at your own risk. Where your uncle's at? You say your daddy died, where your uncle's at? I get it. What up? Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the broadcast. This is Dennis Sperling. I'd like to welcome everybody here, also known as the Blizzard King. And the young brothers, they call me Uncle D, man. I'm your mama's baby brother, man. I'm going to tell it to you like it is, because I don't care if you like it or not. But either way, man, I'd like to welcome everybody to the broadcast. Feel free to join us over at the Blizzard King Outpost on YouTube here. You can go over there to the Blizzard King, and you can also hang out with me right here, man. The thing is, if you want to contribute via super chat, then you got to go to the Blizzard King channel. Other than that, just you can contribute to the Cash App at the point you feel so moved. Hallelujah. Can I get a hallelujah in the chat room? Can I get a praise Moses in the chat room? Can I get a praise Moses in the chat room? Hallelujah, hallelujah. Anyway, man, I got a very interesting show for you all, and I've been sitting on this footage for a couple of days, man. I want to give a shout out to the brother One Boss Man over on IG, on those IG streets, man. Somebody emailed me this footage, and I'm gonna go ahead and share it with you now. The title of this broadcast tonight is "When Delusional Modern Women Act Like Men." Where my guys at? Where are my guys that have purchased who have reviewed my books, Rules to Live By, How to Maintain Peace of Mind and Happiness in a Conflicted World? Big shout out to my man Quiet Storm with the praise Moses, support Black Male Media. Big shout out to David Dice. Thank you so much for your new membership over at the Blizzard You guys have read my books, man. In the Black Book, the first book, you read a story where I talked about when I was a young football player at Manual Arts High School in South Central Los Angeles. I believe it was my first year. I started playing football as a sophomore. I was playing basic second string defensive lineman. And this was probably like the third week into practice for me. Everybody else had been there a couple of years. It's hard, you know, and it was the end of practice. And we were running gassers, or what they call wind sprints. Our team had lost the week before, so we had like 40 wind sprints to run because the other team scored 40 on us, baby. Somebody typed 40 in the chat room. They put 40 on the board and sent us to the house. But either way, so we were running gases, and I'm exhausted, I'm tired, you know, and crazy thing is, you know, growing up in the hood, you always see wild stuff happen. You understand? Wild stuff. All my hood dudes know it's always something wild to make you say, damn. And it usually involves some crackheads or some police or some sort of criminal activity. This particular case, we had a young woman who apparently either she was high, not in her right mind, or otherwise just delusional, because she decided that she was going to run out of this. This is practice, right? It's dark. You know, the summer is over, so we on regular daylight. Say we're on regular time, normal time, so it's no more daylight savings time. So it's dark, it's dusk, we're ready to go home. We hot and sweaty. And here she comes running out there, all 132 pounds of her. And, you know, it's 40, 50 dudes on the football field running back and forth after a long day of practice. And she keeps running into them. You know, she's bumping it literally out there running across the field. And I see my coach Hollis saying, come on, baby, come off the field. Come off the field. And then the assistant coaches are looking like, I don't want to touch her. I'm not putting no hands on her. She keep running. She's running and bumping into dudes, and dudes is moving out the way. You see what I'm saying? I saw a star running back. He dipped and dodged and gave it a Heisman. I had already made up in my mind, and she run up to me. I'm going to give it that work. Okay? And lo and behold, I was hot. I was tired. I was already aggravated. She ran right into me, and I trucked her and kept going. Everybody burst out laughing. They were like, she got what she deserved. You put yourself in this field amongst all these men. You acting like a man. You want to run into these dudes with these pads on and helmets. And she got trucked. Happened right over there off of Martin Luther King Boulevard in Vermont. Shout out to Manual Arts High School, baby. Oh, yeah, class of 1992. Yeah, so I went on to have a great career as an offensive tackle and team captain. And from that point forward, man, the fellas took me in and said, that's Babyface right there, man. They used to call me Babyface because when I put that helmet on, my face squeezed in like that. So they called me Babyface until I ended up losing weight. I think before I left there, man, I was probably about 200. I went from about 270. Instead of going up in weight, I went down to about 220 pounds. So I slimmed up real good. Shout out to my Manual Arts High School family. Shout out to everybody who plays in the inner city division in LA. Crenshaw, Dorsey High School, man. Big shout out to Lock High. Who else we got over there, man? Inglewood. I think Inglewood, Westchester. Shout out to all of the schools, man, that I played, all the guys that I played football with. But yeah, I trucked her. I mean, it was like boom, and she hit the ground hard, and I kept moving. I acted like she was not even there. Nevertheless, I want to share with you all some video footage that shout out to my man, One Boss Man. I want to share with y'all. But ladies, you got to understand, there are men out there who are like that. And he might otherwise be a nice guy, but if you catch the right man on the wrong day, bad things can happen to you. You see what I mean? And what I saw happen in this particular piece of video footage that I'm going to share with you all is nothing less than outstanding and outlandish. It just make me say, damn. Okay, so without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and let this footage run. And I mean, it speaks for itself, man. You guys go ahead and take a look at this right here. And I'm gonna do my little commentary because, man, you ever seen a Rottweiler wrestle with a bunny rabbit? That's what this looked like right here. But anyway, y'all let me know if you can hear it. Bam. So this handsome young lady right here is what we like to call a stud. And I'm not talking about nails that you put into a piece of board. I'm talking about something, as you see, with the braids and the little dreadlock braids, and she's pulling up, Shim is pulling up her pants. Now, initially, shout out to my man, One Boss Man. Initially, I thought she was security. And she is security. She's got security on her back. So I don't know what happened. Okay. But whatever happened, it didn't go down well. So y'all take a listen to this and check this footage out. Boom. Now what she said, on my mama, you better not touch me. On God, you better not touch me. Now, why we keep bringing God into this? Somebody type God. No, let's not do it. Why are we bringing God into this? God didn't have nothing to do with this. Now, this is the man she's talking to. I want you to look at this man. This man is all head and shoulder. Look at them arms. That's at least, man, that got to be at least a 24, 25-inch arm right there. And just because dude is built like a brick wall, this is who she talking to. Okay, you understand me? Look, we want some understanding tonight, okay? I want you to see who she talking to. All right, the security is written across his back like a damn billboard. This has got to be at least a 6X shirt that this man has on. You understand? So let's keep looking. Let's keep looking. Did you see that? Damn, he dragged. Did you see that? Are y'all looking at this? Now I'm gonna rewind it back because we got to give commentary on this. First thing, here's the problem. See how he's turned to the side right there? This is after this handsome young lady said that she was gonna hit him. Look what he did. Look what he did. He turned to the side. Now, if I wish you would was a picture or a post, that's what it would look like. This is I wish you would. For all you folks here who are not of African-American descent, when you see a black man do this pose right here, it's best just to go ahead and walk away. Praise Moses. It's best just to go ahead and leave this alone. He turned to the side and asks you and invites you to hit him on the side of his head. That means he's waiting for an excuse. Okay, you are a key that is about to unlock the door to your own demise. Praise God. This is what's happening right here. Look at the knife hand. You see the military. This is what's happening right here. Okay, this is what we see. Now let's go ahead and proceed. Let's look at this footage again. Praise Moses. Let's go ahead and look. Look at the arms though. Look at the girth on this man's arm. His arms are as big as the side of his head. This is not somebody you want to tangle with. Men know this. We know that this handsome, beautiful young lady here, right? With her little military pants on and her black shirt. She obviously missed that course that was discussed in the 8th grade in middle school all across America. This is not the dude. This is not, he ain't the one. He's not here for the games. But as you see, if you touch me, I'm gonna knock your head off. You're not gonna knock this man's head off. This man is 300, I'm thinking 365, 370, maybe pushing 400 pounds. You're not gonna knock his head off, ma'am. Physics doesn't work like that. Okay, you about 135 pounds. He is far out of your weight class, ma'am. Sir, Shim. You not. Okay? It's not a one-hit quitter. His neck is too big. Let's start with that. Let's keep listening and looking at the footage. On God. Boom! I want to ride. Let me roll that back. I want you to look how he went. Now this is down in Alabama, so he went way back. He went. Look at the cock. I want you to look at the angle of look at the torque. Okay, look at the torque in his foot right here. He's gonna turn this foot and rotate this foot with the man clearly has martial arts a background. The way in which he is torqued, he got this left foot over here up off the ground, baby. He went from Mobile straight, boom, and hit you right in the middle of Montgomery, Alabama with this. Let's go ahead and roll this footage. Bam! And the next thing you know, she on the ground. Or him, sir. I don't know her pronouns. I'm assuming she's a him. And we respect people's pronouns. Somebody type respect pronouns in the chat room. But anyway, let's look at this rag dollar. Look at that. Yeah. Praise my. Oh my God. Oh Jesus. Uh-oh. Oh. Notice how nobody's running to help. I want y'all to notice that nobody's running in there to help this studly young lady out as she get dragged out by her foot in her Nikes. Let's keep listening. Look at that. Look. Let me stand up. No, baby, you going out, sir. You going out. You out of here. Look, but I want y'all to slide back. Look at all the witnesses. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's at least 8 people in there. They not even getting out their seats to stop that freight train. Nobody is, what does that tell you? That tells me a lot. Something happened before we could see what happened, and they was like, play stupid games, win stupid prizes. But you see what they headed for. Look at the exit. Let's keep looking. All right, now the film, this is part 2. And apparently they let this handsome young fella stand up, get on his feet with his little Levi's on, his Jordans. What year Jordans are those? That's that probably, what's that, them 93s? That's them 93s post-retirement Jordans right there. But she got the Jordans on. He obviously let the little shim stand up. And then guess what happened? She put hands back on him, and then guess what happened? Whoop, damn, did you see that? God damn, did you see that takedown? Boy, I am a jiu-jitsu practitioner. And when I look at the ability, this man's ability, he needs at least a brown belt. He needs at least a brown belt in jiu-jitsu. I'm going to contact Mr. Gracie myself and say, this man here, for this takedown, we need to put him on the team. Okay, look at this. Are you looking at the speed and look at the torque? And this man has, I bet he can dance. You got good hip movement. Look at that. Boom! Look at that. Now I want you to see something. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's about 10 people outside. Ain't nobody rushing in there to help. All you see is butt crack in the bottom of them Jordans up in the air. Look at that. And he has this woman mounted and she getting pounded. You understand me? Look at that. Look at that. What are you going to do? You got 477 pounds on you. And look, somebody coming in to try to help. And the other security guard said, no, player. No. Back up. Back up. Back up. Oh, this is another shim. So we got another shim, another handsome young lady over here trying to help her handsome young friend. My man with the blue shirt, I guess he got a little, he decided to try to intervene. But don't nobody want none of this. Look at that. Look at the face, man. What do you do? This is when you see this is the face that you messed up right here. That face right there, I messed up. This is when you know how we like, yeah, I messed up. It's like, your gal catch you with another woman at the damn at the little favorite restaurant. That's the face that you have. I messed up. That's what happened. Keep listening. My man, like, move. Look. Out. Bam. Another one. You still won't quit. I mean, I give it to her. She tried it, but I don't know why. You just need to leave. Boom. Okay, she got a good little job. It just folded up like clothes, man. Just fold it up. Oh my God. Yeah. Finally. They dragging her up out of there. Now I want you to look at that. My man tired. Look at him. You know he tired. He big and he tired, but he did what he did. Look at him. Woo! Now look at that. Check this. Somebody, the cameraman. The cameraman needs a Pulitzer Prize for this. They need to send him on over there to Palestine and let him do some video footage because he's definitely where he needs to be. I want you to see. This is the aftermath. Okay, ladies, and I want all you strong, handsome young ladies to know this too could be you if you decide to put your little man shoes on and get out there and want to wrestle with one of these men and you catch him on the wrong day. All right. Yeah, she got into it with him. You heard that? Yeah. Now look. Now they have. Let me. I want y'all to see all of this from back here. Okay. They done slid Buddy over here. You'll see in a minute. Now they got her over there and she falling out, caving in. I got some more footage, but we don't need to dwell. Y'all get the point. And we're gonna take a quick break. We're gonna talk about this. This needs to be discussed thoroughly. And this is not a laughing matter. I don't want to hear anyone's laughter. There'll be no laughter here. Okay, there'll be no laughter. This is not funny. This is a serious matter. We're talking about people who have delusional issues. But in the meantime, I need some Jesus. So we're going to go to Jesus. And what I need y'all to do is go ahead and pray. Lord, we need to pray. We need all we can get, but subscribe to the channel. Let's get all you can going. Hallelujah.
You recording? Yeah. I'm not about to, he don't know.
Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the broadcast. Today we are talking about when delusional modern women act like men. And we've seen an example of that up close and personal today. And what I want to do is I want to take the opportunity to discuss the video footage in some detail, more so than what we had, because there were some observations that I made, and I think it's my responsibility, since I brought this to the forum, to go ahead and discuss those observations. The first thing, this video should be entitled, "When Acting and Thinking Like a Man Goes Wrong." We should actually have Steve Harvey directed. I know he has some free time on his hands coming up. And this is like it's like a Rottweiler, Chihuahua, trying to fight with a cane Corso. It just didn't work out. You see what I'm saying? And here's the thing. I don't know why she thought it was a good idea in the first place, but she learned. She learned today. On that day, she learned. Matter of fact, she learned not only for that day, but for the next 10 years. He swept the floor with her. You understand me? I mean, look at you see with the hammer, the hammer pancake flip flop up under the table combo, that was flawless. But the thing is, I saw, it looked like equality to me. It looked like equality. I saw equality. You see? And the other thing you need to learn is you shouldn't pick fights that you can't win. And here's another thing, ladies, I need you to understand. When it comes to security and bouncing, you know, I was a bouncer for a little while in college. You almost immune to can't hit a woman. That's not going to happen. Ain't nobody going to get put out the club for you. You understand what I'm saying? And she clearly threatened him, and she hit him while he was walking up on her, and then he turned around and ragdolled her. If you're dealing with a man that's 400-something pounds and you 130 pounds, physics is just going to kick in. You understand? God, ladies, I want you ladies to listen to me. You studly ladies too. God designed men to be stronger than you. But if you still want to try to exert your imagined masculinity against that real masculinity, then you're going to have sad news just like this man. She got the equal rights and left. Now, again, as I said earlier, I am a practitioner of jujitsu, which is the art of folding clothes with people in them. It's also known as murder yoga and death twister. Somebody type murder yoga in the chat room. Somebody type blue belt in the chat room. Now, this handsome young lady, what I suggested upon looking at the video before I dug deep into it, she definitely needs to work on pulling guard in her sweeps and possibly incorporate some wrist locks in there, because that could have helped her. I believe some wrist locks and maybe a couple of sweeps, and she would have been able to, you know, at least 2 or 3 seconds before you put that big old paw back on. Now, here's the thing. You can't issue, seriously, ladies, you can't issue physical threats and then attempt to carry it out and expect sympathy from anybody. What I saw here was 2 adults engaged in mutual combat, which this young, handsome lady initiated. Even though she was a smaller adult, she picked a fight and got steamrolled by this bohemian. And it just didn't go the way of the smaller adult. Children receive grace from our decisions, but not full-grown adults. And equality is what you ask for, and that's what you get. See? There's no more that don't hit a woman now. We equal, right? You touch a man, and that man has a right to touch you right back. You see? More protections and rights, because you lost it. Chivalry is dead. Now, here's the other thing. I bet when he was dragging her, I bet she was thinking, oh, hold up, wait up, I'm a woman. I don't want to be a man no more. I bet she didn't, you see? Now, what I probably need to do, I think I need to start holding class for these young studs and who identify as men. And the first subject that we're going to talk about is masculinity and picking battles that you can't win. And none of y'all need to be late for that. This big behemoth of a man looks like he played backup nose guard for Alabama State. You understand? He the one they bring in on 4th and short on the goal line with their back against the wall to clog up space. That's not somebody you want to tangle with. You see? And women don't realize they're literally like children compared to men in terms of physical strength. And, you don't want none of that. You understand? And the crazy part about it, as I looked at it, he really didn't try to hurt her as bad as he could have. And some of y'all are looking at it like, woo-hoo. No, it looks worse than what it was because she's 130 pounds fighting outside of her weight class. That man could have literally murked that woman. You understand? And she was walking on dangerous ground. You young stud, you masculine identifying. You got to realize there's a price to pay that comes with masculinity. Being a man is not something that you should play lightly with. You literally, the price that you pay could be your life. You see, this is an effed up misstep. And when you disrespect the wrong person, and that's just what happened. And that shim got ragdolled all the way to the front door. He literally mopped the whole floor. Okay, he literally mopped the whole floor with this woman. And then tossed her out the front door. Talk about she gonna whoop him. That is delirious. He threw her out the front door like Uncle Phil. Talking about she wanted to be a man, and she got treated like a man. Shout out to my man Broken Blade. Book of Logic 3 and 11. Letteth not your tongue. Write a check that thine ass can't catch. Praise Moses. Hallelujah. Now look, like I said, she wanted to be treated like a man, and we respect all pronouns here. Okay, if you want to be a man, we're gonna respect your pro. She identified as a man and she got treated accordingly. And I bet after this day, I bet her estrogen levels increased by 300%. She probably started her menstrual cycle that night. You understand me? She done wearing boxes. She through. No more boxes for her. The next time we see her, she gonna have a skirt and heels on. Probably gonna have a floral pattern sundress on the next time we see her with a little wrap on her head. Praise Moses. That's the type of rehabilitation that she received there. You understand me? This is the type of whooping that make you don't want to come outside no more if you're a man. This gonna turn this young stud back into a lady. You understand what I'm talking about? And the only reason, and let me say this because I want to get this out, the only reason she acted like that, as many Black American women do, getting up into a man's face who clearly can pummel you into a corner, is because she thought that somebody was going to come save her. Hallelujah. She thought wrong, however. And see, what I need you ladies to understand, and what I want you fellas to understand, is times are different now. Somebody type cold shoulder in the chat room. Somebody type cold shoulder in this chat room. For you guys who don't know, they call me the Blizzard King because I brought about my appearance on this great earth is a sign that the Blizzard King is, that the cold shoulder is instated in this world that we live in. What does that mean? Men just don't care anymore. You ladies have already jumped out of your place. You've proven that you don't want to be women anymore. And so we like, when you start suffering the same consequences that men suffer, we gonna turn the cold shoulder. That's why nobody came to that defense until the last minute. Matter of fact, let's tell the truth. Let's speak honestly. Y'all enjoyed watching that ass whooping, didn't you? You enjoyed watching that old school ass whooping, didn't you? Tell the truth, don't lie. You can't lie. You can't lie to me. Tell the truth, shame the devil. Y'all enjoyed that, didn't you? Why? Because you truly think she deserved it because she was talking that stuff. Like many women have talked stuff to many men in the past, except she did it to the wrong people. Again, you play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. We know that. Now, see, Black men typically up until these recent times love Black women and tolerate that disrespect, even when they put hands on you. But they've been pushing them so far, some men are beginning to snap. And when those men snap, ain't nobody coming to save them. When bruh punched her, it looked like he punched her so hard that she should have folded up. But when he landed, you know, clearly it was female friendly because she got back up. I guess he just wanted to give her a friendly reminder of the reality of the world that we live in. Now, that said, when we come back, we're going to get into the meat of what this broadcast is about. And that is when the delusional mind meets reality, because we got plenty of them out there. And I'm going to teach you guys how to deal with that. In the meantime, I need y'all to make sure you subscribe to the channel. If you haven't, make sure you contribute to the Cash App and the Super Chat. We'll be right back. All right. Welcome back to the broadcast, man. Y'all make sure y'all hit the number 1 button, man. Let me know you appreciate what I'm doing in here. I'm gonna show you the last little bit of that footage that cut off early because I want you guys to see how this ended up. Okay, I'm going to put it up because I want you. This is after you guys who didn't see. You can rewind. You'll check it out. You'll see what we're talking about here today. So this is, as you know, this is when it ended up at the front door. It's coming up now. But then the incident went outside. I want y'all to listen, check this out. All right. So what's going on is now this combatant was huddled off in the corner right here. This is the young combatant right here. The young, handsome young combatant with the Jordans on. She's being held up. He or she is being held up. I want to make sure I get the pronouns right. By a comrade who's also a studly young lady. You see? Look how they holding her. Look how they holding her with the little purse. She already got a purse in the hand. Look at that. Got a purse now and everything. That's progress. Look. They are I want you to look. She damn near passing out, exhausted. You understand what I'm saying? Look at that. Look at that. Look at her damn near falling down. You see that? That's the reality. Men, look, I mean, it was rough. It looked pretty bad, but I'll be able to walk that off and go on back to the huddle. You see, because that's what I'm built for. And that's what most men have been, even small men. Look at that. They carrying it. Look, damn near fell down. You see that? This is the aftermath. This is what happens. Ladies, I want you to understand, this is what happens when men don't come save you from other men that you pick fights with. And now they got off in the little corner. Look, got off in the corner here. Breathe, bro. You hear? Breathe, bro. Bruh. Still calling her bruh. Breathe, bro. Breathe. Mm-hmm. So at this point, fam, this is the exact point when she gets herself back together. And I would think that delusion that she was under, that delusional mind that meets reality, that's where we are right now. Okay. Now, I'm going to change up a little bit because I actually want you to learn something. And if you hang around, you're going to actually learn something. So the human mind is a complex entity, and it often celebrated for its imaginative and capacity and its ability to form unique perspectives on the world. It allows us to dream, to create, to innovate. And yet there exists a flip side to this flexibility. The possibility of drifting into a realm of what? Delusion. Somebody type delusion in the chat room. Back in the hood, we used to call it crazy, but you know, times have changed. You can't call people crazy no more. So the realm of delusion, where perceptions are distorted and do not align with the objective reality. Clearly, that is a young woman. But this young woman is carrying herself as a young man. She thought that she was going to be able to challenge that real man, that very large man, and she thought she was going to win. That's nothing but delusion. Now, the intriguing moment, right, and this is what we talk about, the intriguing moment, however, is not when one drifts into delusion, but when the delusional perspective encounters stark reality. Somebody type reality. This conclusion is profound and an unsettling experience, often leading to cognitive dissonance, self-reflection, and occasionally transformation. In other words, we played a little bit earlier, but that ass whooping that young lady received, that young shim, that handsome young stud, that might help put life into perspective for her. The human mind is an enigma, okay? It is capable of constructing intricate webs of thought and emotion and perceptions that define our individual experience of the world. In the vast spectrum of cognitive landscapes, there lies a curious intersection, and that is delusion and reality. And when a delusional mind encounters reality, the resultant clash is not only profound for the individual, but also has broader implications for our understanding of mental health, societal norms, and the fluidity of truth. Now, what is the origins of delusion? Before delving into the moment of that collision that you all saw play out, and I hope it played out. I hope she learned her lesson, or he. I hope Shem learned his lesson. It is essential to understand the roots of delusion. Delusions can stem from various sources. Number one, mental illness. Type that in the chat room. Number two, trauma. Number three, prolonged isolation or even steadfast beliefs formed from misinformation of ignorance. And there's a lot of that going on right now. It's a lot of mental illness. It's a lot of people grew up with trauma. It's a lot of people who have a lot of misinformed information. Well, the scientists say I could be born like this. Okay. That's misinformation. But the scientists said, but you know, you're being lied to. See, the delusional mind can be entirely convinced of its version of reality, regardless of any contradictory evidence. Once you tell, they hold on to it because it's convenient for them. And what do? It creates a protective bubble, isolating that individual from any discomforting truth. You surround yourself by these other people that reinforce that delusion. This is before you hit that reality. And at its core, delusion is a deeply held belief or perception that is incongruent with the objective reality and persists despite evidence to the contrary. You bleed every month, you can get pregnant, you got breasts, and you still think you're a man? You got an XX chromosome and you still think you can challenge this big grown man? No, the objective reality says you're a woman, but in this society of misinformation, you think what? Oh, I can just live in this. And because there's no one there willing to tell you the truth, somebody type the truth in the chat room. Somebody type the truth shall set you free in the chat room. Because there's no one there, you live in this misguided perception of the world. Shout out to my man, Machismo TV. Salute. See you lifting that arm. Yeah, Uncle D, get it. Now, here's the thing. Delusion, it can manifest in various forms, such as grandiose beliefs. Y'all know that person is swept down, they got it going on, and don't have a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out of. Personal importance, you know these people all the time. You can't tell it. Look, you just, what makes you so special? Right? Paranoid suspicion. All these people hating on me. Nobody cares about you. But you paranoid thinking everybody's out to get you. Or here's another. A bizarre idea is a disconnect from conventional logic. I had a brother on here last night from a certain island in the certain Caribbean that told me and all my folks on here last night that he can protect himself from bullets with the spirit. You understand what I'm talking about? I listened to that for a minute, but it was bizarre and it was it's disconnected from conventional logic. And I explained that to him in not so many words last night when I said, yo, Jamaican ass is crazy. You understand what I'm talking about? Because I don't let people live in that. It's a shame that we do. But I'm going to continue, and then we're going to open up the chat room and bring you folks in. Delusions commonly associated with disorders such as schizophrenia, delusional disorder, and bipolar disorder can distort an individual's worldview to the point where they operate within their self-made universe. Now, here, we want to talk about the collision with reality. What did we just see? Now, I don't necessarily know if that young woman, that young he-she, realizes what happened to her, but many of you have. I remember I was in college. I was probably in my 20 years old, sitting at my little dirty little dorm room. And I just sat up and I'm like, damn, I'm poor. I'm poor. I don't have anything. I don't have a car. I don't have a house. I don't have an education. If I dropped out of school right now, I don't even know if I could get a job. That's when my perception that, hey, I'm a poor college student. That's when reality kicked in. And that was beneficial to me. Knowing what your reality is and accepting your truth for what it is, where you are, is just like finding your place on the map of life. Somebody type map of life in the chat room. Knowing where you are in life lets you know the direction that you want to head. If you are delusional and you think you got it going on, and you think I'm rich and and you're not, then guess what? You'll never strive to get those things that you actually want. So sometimes a collision with reality is good, but for some of these people, whew. But anyway, when that bubble is punctured by the sharp edges of reality, which is what you saw in that Alabama ass whooping on this video, is the initial response. The initial response is usually one of shock and denial and defensiveness. I bet this person is probably saying, if I just hit him, I could have hit him a couple of more times, but if friend jumped in, I guarantee you that young stud went home and said, yeah, they jumped. There's about 4 or 5 of them that jumped me. No, it was one angry black man who was hell-bent on putting you up out of there. Defensiveness, girl, blaming the other person, all these different things. The cognitive dissonance, the mental discomfort experienced by a person who holds 2 or more contradictory beliefs, ideas, or values can be overwhelmingly distressing. You don't know if you're a man or a woman, and the society's not telling you different. You think you're more important than you are. For some, the immediate reaction is to retreat further into delusion, fortifying the protective bubble even more. We see baby mamas doing this all the time. You are not as attractive as a woman who doesn't have a child, ma'am. What you mean? They just go further into it. Ma'am, you're 29 years old. You're not as attractive as you were when you were 22. Ma'am, you're 49 years old. You're not as attractive as when you were 29. Oh, you don't know what you meant. They go further into that protective bubble. They go find people who reinforce that delusion. We see it all the time. Somebody type delusion in the chat room. You see? Now, not all these reactions are defensive. Some individuals face a moment of clarity, like I did when I was sitting in my little dorm room and I realized I was poor, right? An epiphany that previously held beliefs might be flawed. Yeah, you got your mama and daddy sending you a little money to help you out, but you poor. And when they stop, you're going to be even poor. You understand? This realization can lead to self-reflection and an examination of the roots of their beliefs. The point at which delusional belief meets incontrovertible reality is akin to 2 tectonic plates colliding. What happens? The earth shakes. And there are multiple possible outcomes. You understand? In other words, accept the truth for what it is. Stop running from it. And if you do that, then there can also be positive outcomes. Cognitive dissonance. This is the most immediate reaction is cognitive dissonance. And this is a psychological tension resulting from holding 2 conflicting beliefs simultaneously. The individual may become confused, anxious, or distressed, trying to reconcile their delusion with the undeniable truth that they've confronted. Reinforcement of delusion. This is the paradoxically, sometimes a confrontation with reality can further cement the delusion. The individual might reinterpret the evidence or believe there's a conspiracy against them, making the delusion even more entrenched. Breakthrough to reality. In some instances, the confrontation can lead to a moment of clarity, and this is what we hope for, where the individual realizes the falseness of their delusion. This is often the goal of therapeutic interventions like cognitive behavioral therapy or psychosis. And of course, there's always, as I said before, the retreat into delusion, which is overwhelmed by conflict. The individual might isolate them that you can't take it, right? So you go back into your delusional world, avoiding any situations of people that challenge their beliefs. You go run off and be with people who reinforce what you believe to be true. But see, here's the thing. And this is why you shouldn't let people run around you. And I'm going to tell you a little story. Recently, and I'm not going to name names. Hold on, let me break out the jelly jar. Recently, a relative of mine called me up. A relative who's going through, we'll call it a legal process, having to do with the family. And this particular individual is going through, I'll just say, a bad divorce. Now, this person has developed all of these different conspiracies And I've been talking to this person for almost a year now on the phone because apparently I'm the only one that entertain them because everybody else has realized you're a little bit too out of there. But I realized in our previous conversation after I insisted that this person give me the name of the person who is allegedly the paramour of his spouse. And, he's telling me that this person is some international mega millionaire offering him millions of dollars to go away with the divorce and so on and so forth, accept the money and move on. And I looked the person up. Turns out this person's a swim instructor at a local community college. And so at that point, I realized I'm dealing with somebody who's delusional, somebody I love. Now, I could entertain that, or I could just not talk to him anymore, but that wouldn't be me. Somebody type Uncle D in the chat room. What I recognized was this is a potential for growth if I would just go ahead and make this person what? Force or face reality. So what did I do? I said, I'm not laughing. This is not funny. And you sound crazy. You need to you building this up in your head to be something that it's not. And you need people like me. You understand? See, the potential for growth, while this intersection of delusion and reality can be jarring, a jarring experience, because at this point, and the person that I'm referring to, they had everybody as me against the world, right? Right? And it's jarring when you say, no, it's just all in your head. See, what that does, it holds a potential for personal growth. By confronting their distorted beliefs, individuals can embark on a journey of self-discovery and healing. In other words, you can move on. You're young enough, you can do that. They can seek professional help, immerse themselves in genuine sources of information to build connections with individuals who can offer them a fresh perspective. The tales of people breaking free from cults, extremist ideologies, or deep-seated prejudices are testaments to the power of the human spirit to adapt and evolve. These stories underscore the potential for redemption and change, even when faced with the harshest truths. What's the implications for society and treatment? When delusional individuals act based on their beliefs, guess what happened? Buildings get knocked down. Crazy things happen. Schools get shot up. People with penises start running around with dresses on and parading themselves and going into women's bathrooms. It poses, needless to say, shout out to my man Red Pill Steven, it's an understatement to say it begins to pose challenges for society. You see? From a therapeutic standpoint, the encounter between delusion and reality is a pivotal moment. Treatment modalities aim to gently challenge and restructure delusional beliefs, guiding the individuals towards more grounded perceptions of reality. Me, on the other hand, I'd rather hit you in the mouth with the truth and make you go ahead and confront that reality without beating around the bush. And I think that's what we need to do more of, especially as black men. Somebody type black men in the chat room. You see? Somebody type the truth in the chat room. See, on a philosophical note, the intersection of delusion and reality raises questions about the nature of truth. In a postmodern world where subjective truths and narratives hold sway, what constitutes reality? Right? While there are undeniable objective truths, many aspects of our world are shaped by collective beliefs, which can shift over time, which is why now we have people believing that gender is on a spectrum. You literally have people believing that, yes, I'm a man with a penis and an XY chromosome, but I can still be a woman. That's why understanding the nature of delusion is not just about reconciling an individual's beliefs with societal norms, but it's also about reflecting on the very foundations of our shared reality. See, there are dangers posed to individuals by allowing their delusional beliefs to persist. It's a detriment to their mental health. It brings about erosion of social relationships, impaired decision making. Do you think that that person who has been allowed to believe that she's a man in that video that we saw earlier, you think her decision was impaired? I think so. Why? Because she's been allowed to stay in, or he been allowed to play in a delusional state. And guess what happened? Look at the potential for harm. In this particular case, it's an extreme case. This delusional individual, she poses a danger to herself and to others around her. You got people right now who think I'm a victim, and they have persecutory delusions. For instance, you believe that everybody's out to get you and harass you. Black America, somebody type Black America. And these sort of beliefs can lead to unpredictable and sometimes violent behavior because you perceive it as self-defense and a preemptive measure against imagined threats. In addition, you also feel like you're entitled. There's economic consequences associated with delusion. You're going to find it difficult to maintain employment, hard to handle personal finances and responsibility. This is going to lead to what? Dependency, homelessness, public assistance. And then, of course, there's always a barrier to personal growth. If you live a life dominated with delusions and delusional beliefs, it stifles your personal growth and self-awareness. And the individual remains trapped in their misconceptions, missing opportunities for self-improvement, learning, and personal development. As long as this woman believes that she's a man, she's not going to have children, I would assume. She's not going to get married. And, after she's 45, 50 years old, nobody else is going to want to deal with it because it would have played out. Right? Now, do you not think that that young woman was delusional? She said she's a man. Her friends around her reinforced that, bro. Did you see how? Let's look at the video again. For you guys who missed it, let's look at this video in silence. And you tell me this is not delusion. This is delusion incarnate. Look at it. If I can pull it up. Let's get this going. I want you to look at this video as I speak. Let's see if I can make this happen a little easier. You guys hit the #1 button. Now, am I boring you to death? If this is boring. Is y'all bored? Let me know. I could talk about somebody else. Maybe we could talk about Will Smith or something like that. But I thought this was important. I still think it's important. I think it's very important. Let's see here. There we go. So y'all watch this as I finish this conversation. Just let it. Right? Hit the #1 button if you can hear me. So in this particular case, and I don't know if you can see the screen yet. I don't know if it's up. This woman thought that she was in the position to challenge this biological male who was overwhelmingly maybe 5 or 6 times her size. Now, I don't want to generalize a stereotype, but the average man tends to possess greater muscle mass and strength in a woman due to their biological factors. This gentleman is not the average man. Nevertheless, generally speaking, physical altercations between men and women who are significantly stronger often lead to men dominating those physical altercations. Why? Muscle mass, strength. Men typically have higher levels of testosterone, which aids in muscle development. As a result, men have greater muscle mass, especially in the upper body compared to women. And this woman wanted to throw hands with this cat. Hell, the muscle advantage alone can give men a significant edge in terms of raw strength and in a physical altercation, much less the bone density. And this can be advantageous in terms of both offensive and defensive capabilities. You hitting this big man in the side of his head, you know how thick his skull is? You kidding me? Did nothing. Nothing at all. Men have larger hearts and lungs, and that contributes better to their stamina. That's why this 400-pound man could just manhandle you like that. So what do you think the likely outcome is going to be? You're going to get ragdolled all up and down the bar, which is what you see happening right now. Why did this woman not know that? Why is she living in a delusional state of mind that makes her think she stood a chance with this very large individual? Because society has allowed them to believe that. And that's where we are today. We are going to delusional state using it. It's absolutely necessary. And it's our responsibility as men to do that. Nevertheless, I would like for you to take the time to contribute to the Cash App if you've enjoyed this broadcast. I think it's been funny. I think it's been entertaining. I think it's been informing. We're also going to let some folks come in here and we'll chop it up with them for a little while. The link to the Cash App, or should I say the Cash App, is right there. I would like to get, let me see here. We only have we had 4 super chats here, and we've only had, let me check, 3 Cash Apps, which is horrible. So what I'd like to do is I'd like to get 6 more super chats over on my Blizzard King page, and I'd like to get 7 more Cash Apps, and the Cash App is right here. So that being the case, I'm going to send y'all off to my favorite person, Jesus, until you get these contributions up. Hallelujah. And then we'll be right back to chop it up about this Alabama ass whooping. Hallelujah.
blood, me say me under the blood. Jesus cover me under the blood. Under the blood, me say me under the blood. Jesus, you been cover me under the blood. In the morning when me wake up, and the blood that Jesus me take up. And when me feel like me, I go break up. Put the blood on me face just like a makeup. In the morning when me wake up, and the blood that Jesus me take up. And when me feel like me heart break up, put the blood on me face just like a makeup. Under the blood, under the blood, Jesus cover me. Jesus, you been cover me. Under the blood, me say me. Under the blood, me say me under the blood. Jesus cover me under the blood. Under the blood, me say me under the blood. Jesus, you been cover me under the blood. In the morning when me wake up, and the blood that Jesus me take up. And when me feel like me, I go break up. Put the blood on me face just like a makeup. In the morning when me wake up, and the blood that Jesus me take up. And when me feel like me heart break up, put the blood on me face just like a makeup. Under the blood, under the blood, Jesus cover me. Jesus, you been cover me. Under the blood, me say me. Under the blood, me say me under the blood. Jesus cover me under the blood. Under the blood, me say me under the blood. Jesus, you been cover me under the blood. In the morning when me wake up, and the blood that Jesus me take up. And when me feel like me, I go break up. Put the blood on me face just like a makeup. In the morning when me wake up, and the blood that Jesus me take up. And when me feel like me heart break up, put the blood on me face just like a makeup. Under the blood, under the blood, Jesus cover me. Jesus, you been cover me. Under the blood, me say me.
Welcome back to the broadcast. Hey, big shout out to everybody who contributed to the cash app. We're going to say my man Sick with it. Yo, Boss Styles. Jay, we're going to call him Red Pill Steven, Mr. Wood. Thank you so much, Robert, and Stem, and all you other fellas. Brandon, Cortez, Mr. Turner, Matthew, Trey 43, and of course, my good friend Alvin Holden. Look, the link is in the chat room. Anybody who wants to come in can come in. I also want to give a super major big shout out to Urban Eagle Machismo TV. Say, keep the truth coming. Thank you so much for that cash app over there. But in the meantime, what we're going to do is we're going to let some folks come in. We'll chop it up about this conversation. I see the bullpen filling up right now. But we got some entertainment for you brothers, man. Y'all check this good entertainment out. Shout out to my man Bass, Big Bass Life. And you know what time it is. We'll be right back. Boom. Like women love. And here's what I want you ladies to understand. See, it's one thing to play being. It's just like being a gangster. It's easy to play gangster until the gangster shit starts. It's easy to be a man until the fists get thrown and the bullets get to flying and the elbows and knees get to getting thrown in the air. But lady, here's the thing. If you're going to play the role of man, you better realize that speaking aggressively to other men when they're angry, it's going to lead to a violent response. When a man is speaking aggressively to you, that is a challenge. You're a single black woman dressing like a man with no man at home. You living at your own risk. That dog, that pit bull can't replace a black man.
Woo! It's cold outside. Blizzard King coming. Woo! It's cold outside. Blizzard King coming. You get the cold shoulder. Cold outside. Blizzard King coming. Blizzard King, it's cold outside. Blizzard King coming. Yeah. October trick or treat, nigga. November turkey feast, nigga. December's getting cold, nigga. Sweet niggas running home, see them snow niggas. No more ho niggas. Fairy tale scared as hell, tell them go, nigga. Over here, we for sure with it. Excuse the N-word, brother, cause we know niggas. It's been a blizzard, not superstitious, we live here. Kevin Samuels, he left the work but still here. Women think they entitled to this men shit, but you commit the biggest sin, don't defend shit. Where your military women on the front lines, where the women in them jets when it's time to fly, where the women when it's time to build them roads up, where them steel workers at you turn your nose up. So many men that hung and died for right for it. Guess what you get? Bullshit, we provide for it. People eat off us and never said thank you. Gave us a ass a kiss, turn your back and shake you. The blizzard is here, you heard it coming. Thought we told you, woman, bundle up for the summer. While you was out twerking in October, this is where we get you with the fucking cold shoulder.
You got knocked the fuck out, bitch!
She chasing Ray and Tyrone, with 3 kids blowing up my iPhone. It's cold outside in my time zone. She wanna let bygones be bygones. She want a shoulder she can cry on. Want me to shoulder that the lie's strong. I thought all niggas was deadbeats, all the black men that she lied on. October trick or treat, nigga. November turkey feast, nigga. December's getting cold, nigga. Sweet niggas running home, see them snow niggas. No more ho, niggas.
Ho, motherfucker.
Fairy tale scared as hell, tell them go, nigga. Over here, we for show with it. Excuse the N-word, brother, cause we know niggas. October trick or treat, nigga. November turkey feast, nigga. December's getting cold, nigga. Sweet niggas running home, see them snow niggas.
Y'all hoes gotta get off this corner with that.
Now watch your little filthy mouth. You are talking to children of the Lord.
Daddy, you can't talk to these old ass ladies like that.
No more ho, niggas. Fairy tale scared as hell, tell them go, niggas. Over here, we for show with it. Excuse the N-word, brother, cause we know niggas.
If you're gonna play the role of man, you better realize that speaking aggressively to other men when they're angry, it's going to lead to a violent response. When a man is speaking aggressively to you, that is a challenge. The other thing I can say, you definitely don't have a good black man at home who can fight your battles for you. You're a single black woman dressing like a man with no man at home. You living at your own risk. Where your uncle's at? You say your daddy died, where your uncle's at? I get it.
Oh, if she got her nipples pierced, got ass from here to here, then you know that she's a hoe. If she's on Instagram, her bio is an OnlyFans, she's out there selling that thing. See, I know you gon' trip finding out that your chick in Vegas drunk on the strip with no panties on. I know that you gon' say that your chick ain't that way. Miami, DR, Dubai, but you didn't go. Nigga, she's a hoe, hoe, hoe. And I think it's time, you know. Nigga, she's a hoe, hoe, hoe. And I think it's time, you know.
How much do you weigh?
That's none of your business. I told you I was fat.
Oh, okay. We don't play that shit on my channel. You get your big fat ass on somewhere then. I don't deal with you big sassy ass broads.
Bitch, don't kill my vibe. Bitch, don't kill my vibe.
All right, welcome back to the broadcast. Fellas, we got Hassan McMillan and my man Black Wall Street. My young brothers, always good to see you up in here, Black Wall Street. Hassan, you were in first, brother. Look, how delusional does a woman have to be to not only think she's a man, but think that she, who is this big, can be the man who is this big? Because even men who are this big know that they can't be the dude who is like extra wide like that. I mean, think about the level of delusion that you have to be to think that you can whoop somebody that's 6 or 7 times bigger than you, and to think you're a man. The floor is yours. Is it a problem? Maybe I'm making this up. What are your thoughts on the delusion of modern women here in the United States?
You know it's bad. Actually, the one thing that men respect about other men, we
Mm-hmm.
know the horror of each other. We
Woo!
understand how
Yes, we
deadly it
do.
can be. So I know if
Mm-hmm.
I saw you in the street and we're in a conversation and it gets intense, I gotta
Mm-hmm.
ask myself, if I say something wrong to you, I can't be surprised when you react because one thing men take seriously is their respect, bro.
Right.
Respect is like my father's always tell me all the time. Respect is the one thing as a black man that we have, and
Mm-hmm.
either you're gonna give it to me or you got to take it.
Yeah.
And that young lady thought, she probably thought in her head this was gonna end differently.
But the level of delusion. See, here's my problem. My problem is this is looking you in your face, and you still don't see it. Black Wall Street. I hope I'm articulating the level of delusion that we're at right now. I predicted pretty soon people are going to be telling people that they're trees and rocks and cars. They're going to be like, I'm an inanimate object, and truly believe that because there are people who will go along with that. That's where I think we're heading as far as modern women. That's how delusional they become. We went from thinking that women who are older are more desirable than younger women. We have women who have children who think that they're more desirable than women who aren't children. We have women who are dead broke thinking that they're as desirable as somebody like Beyonce. You went from having women who wanted to be, part of the alphabet community to women who say, no, I'm not only am I a stud, but I am a man. I am literally a man now. So where are we going with this delusion, and how do we begin to rein this craziness back here? The floor is yours, Black Wall Street.
After listening to you, Brother Sperling, the best thing we can do is complete separation. Because after listening to all the knowledge and wisdom that you shared with us, it's no way biologically, physically, that a woman can mess with us at all. So it's like you can't even let a woman push you to the point of unaliving her, because that brother, he could have killed that woman, man. Yeah. And I was making phone calls while you was teaching earlier, asking people like, damn, did you think she deserved that? Everybody said yes.
And this is the cold shoulder. That's the cold shoulder I'm telling you about. Like, things have changed to the point now that not only have men become indifferent to the pain of women because they basically said they're men now, but they've become so obnoxious and difficult to deal with. The men are like, you know what, whatever. This is the cold shoulder that I'm telling you guys about. And I've been telling brothers about this for years now. At some point, and at some point you're going to go so far that nobody's going to want to save you. This is the opposite of love is not hate, but indifference. That's what the cold shoulder represents. That's what this whole Blizzard King moniker that came about after Kevin Samuels passed away. This is why they labeled me the Blizzard King, because I'm going to tell you, hey, the truth is, dudes don't give a F anymore. They really don't care. They're going overseas. They staying home. They focused on working. They might smash and dash, but that's it. And this is the cold shoulder. They don't care about your interests. They don't care about your children. They really are detached from society. They don't care. Brother Hassan, we've never had a society. You look like a brother near my age. Society wasn't like this before. We had some semblance of community. At least people pretended like they cared. What are your thoughts now, man? I mean, what do you see in your lifetime has happened?
Well, I might be a little bit older than anyone in this panel because I'm 56.
Okay, yeah.
But the thing about it is, I remember back in the day, my father taught me to always be, chivalrous and kind and always open the door for a lady, because ladies back then used to appreciate that stuff. You open the door for old ladies, they'd be like, oh, he's just such a nice young man. And I was raised to say, yes, sir, no, ma'am, yes, ma'am. But these, unfortunately, that all changed for me in 1983 when this lady named Gwen Guthrie had a song called No Romance Without Finance. And that's the catch. And because the line, she says, boy, your silky words are sweet, but we just wasting time because your words are empty. Yeah. And it says off rip, she just wants money. And these current crop of women, they don't want the lawyer no more. They don't want the hard worker blue collar brother no more. They don't want the Wall Street brother on this panel. They want the trapper, the drug dealer, and anybody who's not in that street life. They consider them lame, But the thing about it is, I wish it wasn't like this. But you got to understand something. Men don't get tired. Men don't get fed up. Men get tired, bro.
Yeah. You know, and see, here's the thing. At this point, it's not even about dating anymore. I don't, and I hear an echo over there. It's not about whether or not they're worthy of dating. Men just don't care about any aspect of the woman anymore. They're not coming to save you. They're not coming to rescue you from yourselves. I mean, this is really bad. I mean, when I say the cold shoulder, I mean, they are indifferent to whether you live or die. Brothers are they're really willing to step over the bodies at this point. That's what I see. Black Wall Street, what else would you like to add to this?
I was just going to say, Uncle D, what you think about the type of human being that you have to become just to even deal with these bitches? Excuse my language. Just like, I'm not even that type of person to be mean, to be selfish, to talk to people without respect, but you really have to be an animal to deal with these women.
Here's what I see. Here's what I want. I'm gonna lay this foundation. Black men have been told that you don't need us. Matter of fact, they say I'm strong, independent, don't need a man. They told my generation that. They told the generation before my generation that. And then they tried it with the millennials. And then they tried it with the generation after that. We used to make fun of the young brothers with the little skinny jeans and the little flowery pants, but they are harder than we ever were, especially when it comes to the heart. These young brothers and these generations underneath me, what is it, the millennials and that, what is that one underneath them?
The Zennials.
Generation Z.
They got ice water flowing through their veins. These brothers are cold-blooded because they've seen it. You know, and here we thought they were gonna be soft. They are hard, and they're indifferent. They are turning. They've turned their love and affection off, and their camaraderie like water. And this is where they are. And my thing is, I don't think it's healthy. I think the reason is because the women are so delusional, they're not worth dealing with. And I think that we need, as men, we need to deal with that by telling them the truth. Sweetheart, you're not a man. You never will be a man. I don't care what society tells you. I don't care what those psychologists on MSNBC and CNN tell you. You're a woman. You're a girl. And if you act like a man and get treated like a man, then you're going to realize it's a privilege. Let me say this again. It's a privilege to be a woman in this world because you don't have to bear the hardship. Men suffer that threat that you saw happen to that young lady in that video I played. That can happen to us 7 days a week and twice on Sunday. All we got to do is run up to the wrong dude and step on his shoes or look at him in the wrong way. Very rarely will you see a woman get a dragon like that. She put herself in a man's position. Brother Hassan, we have been lulled into believing that it's inappropriate for us to tell women or anybody or society the truth. I think that is it goes against our calling as men.
Right.
It goes against, and I'm a faithful believer in the Most High. I'm a follower of Jesus Christ. I'm Southern Baptist, born and raised. I believe that the truth truly will set you free. And I believe bold men need to start beginning to speak the truth to our society. That's what I feel. And it's going to take some brave men to do it because there's going to be punishment associated with that. What do you think, brother?
I think the truth is the one thing that can change. I mean, Kevin Samuels showed me as many women come to his platform, he used to tell them exactly where they were.
Yeah.
Instead of them telling them what they believe, what they want to hear. He said, listen, he told us one single mother, he said, listen, miss, respectfully, you're a single mother with 3 baby daddies. A high value man ain't looking for you.
Right.
He's like, so well, how do you know? And she said, because I deal with those men. I know those men. I happen to be one of those men. We ain't looking for you. And it's not that, and he tried to be nice to her, but the thing about it is, as much as, and the only thing that really bothered me after his passing is how happy these women were.
Well,
how
yeah,
they were celebrating this man's death. And when that young lady, Nora Vincent, who played being a man for a year, she died. Ain't no man said nothing bad about her, man.
Here's the thing, brother.
No man say nothing bad about him.
Here's the thing. They expect that you'll be hated when you speak the truth, and it hurts people's feelings.
That's fine.
Because again, we're forcing. Remember what I'm talking about. This is when reality meets that delusion, and it's painful. Kevin Samuels was causing pain to the people. Shout out to Kevin Samuels. Somebody type KS in the chat room, man. Everybody hit Kevin Samuels in the chat room. He forced reality onto their delusion, and it upset them. And that's why they hated him. You understand what I'm saying, Black Wall Street? You understand what I'm saying, Brother Hassan?
Yes, sir.
But I think he had a duty to do it. And he was rewarded handsomely by the universe. He look at all the money and accolades he received at 50-something years old. Most people hit their prime in 18, 19, 20, and this man hit his prime later. So he'll go down in history as one of the first people who came out and spoke the truth. He wasn't the first, but he was one of the first, and he was one of the best to do it. So he's gonna go down in history.
Oh, no doubt.
You understand what I'm saying? Like, I know there's a lot of people, and I know the good sister Shahrazad Ali. I know she was saying, well, he took my stuff. He might have, sister, but he did it better than you. You see, he did. He was a man. He was a man of his time. Yours was in 1990. We talking about almost 3 decades later, and he did it well. And he brought that same message of truth to Black women, holding them to account. And he's trying to save Black women. You see, here's a problem, Brother Hassan. Here's a problem, Black Wall Street. I don't think you brothers care anymore. I think you've turned that cold shoulder and you moving on. That's what I think happened. You understand? Go ahead. Anybody who wants to join in, go ahead, Brother Hassan.
I kind of feel that way. I kind of feel that way because when I was younger, I was taught to take care of women and respect women. But I started noticing our women started changing on me, and I've been. And I got my passport application already. But the thing about it is, I didn't want to go there. And I got so frustrated with the last girl I was with. I couldn't believe that our women hate us like this. I couldn't believe that they wish death upon us, man.
Yeah.
I'm going like this. I first thought they were joking. And then my friend of mine showed me what was happening on TikTok.
And that's part of the reason you brothers have turned that cold shoulder. Shout out to my man Black Wall Street, man. He held up a copy of my books, Rules to Live By, How to Maintain Peace. Shout out to you, got the pad. That's what's happening. Hey man, y'all make sure y'all buy the rest of these books. I didn't order these books for y'all. But yeah, brothers moved on, man. I mean, I'm just saying, I think they are indifferent. They realize that they have options. They realize that, you say you don't like us. You say all these other women don't like us, but damn, y'all don't like us either. So, I don't know. Paging Dr. Umar. I'm just saying, and I'm not even in the, I like women of African descent. But, if y'all don't like us and they don't like us, might as well go with somebody that I like to look at. You understand what I'm talking about? And I just put these white women up to make the people mad and run the haters off. But anyway, shout out those beautiful ladies though. But man, go ahead, Brother Wall Street. What else you want to add?
I was gonna say I went out on a date Sunday night. I went to a comedy club, and there was more single women in there, single Black women, than I've seen in a long time. Right, and I'm noticing more and more that you go out, and Kevin talked about this a lot. He said it's gonna get to the point to where modern women party of one. Yeah. Or you can go out and you just gonna see these sisters. And the truth is stranger than fiction. And on the souls of my unborn children, I never do anything to hurt a Black woman or talk bad about a Black woman. This is all the truth. And it's sad, Uncle D, that it's predicted by 2030 that 50% of women gonna be single.
I can believe that, and see, it's the best of the best is gonna get married. It's gonna, because men are like, well, I'm not marrying nobody nowhere. You're gonna have to be real good if you want me to get married. So the ones that are at the bottom of the barrel are not gonna be taken off the market. Now that said, you guys are still liked tonight on the super chats and the cash apps. Here's the thing: if you've heard something tonight that's motivated you, that's inspired you, hit me up on my Cash App. You can also go to the Blizzard King channel. What I'm trying to do here on this channel, and I'm gonna let this go on for another couple of weeks because I've been at it for about 2 months just to try to see, whether or not it's worth it. Google takes 30% of everything I earn from the super chat and and so it was getting to the point where, you know, I'm making, you know, almost 5 figures a month, and they taking a third of that. And I'm like, hold on a minute. Let me see if I can make sure the people who want to donate to me, because they ain't putting these scripts together and these ideas together. I'm a one-man production show. So that's why I've got the Cash App rolling at the bottom, and I've turned the super chats and the membership off, because I just don't, they would have taken, you know, about $20,000 or $30,000 from me that you guys are donating to me. So I just want to kind of see how it plays out. I'll turn it back on because at some point I just want to get some numbers together so for some future research. But if you appreciate what I'm done, then you should pay me for my time. If you appreciate this monologue I put together, it was fun at first. I spoke in colloquial African-American language at first. Then I took you through a dissertation and helped you understand what delusion meant. For those of you guys who are not watching it live, the Cash App is still there. And I appreciate that if you all will contribute. Just to show your appreciation. It allows me, you know, to be motivated to keep going. I mean, look, if you're good at something, you might as well get paid for it. Y'all can't help me write these scripts, but y'all can motivate me and say, man, we appreciate you. So far, I got 5 super chats. I got 5 Cash Apps, 8 Cash Apps and 5 super chats. Y'all know y'all can do better than that. If I were one of them fine women over there in the manosphere with my little, with my tops pushed together, y'all be donating like you wouldn't believe. But I would appreciate if you would show me your appreciation by contributing to one of these sources so that it can come directly electing me. I may have to just turn the Cash App thing back on because some of y'all just seem not to really be feeling this whole, I may have to turn the super chats back on because some folks seem not to be feeling this whole Cash App thing. But in the meantime, let's try to finish this experiment out. Nevertheless, look, fellas, I want to know, what are the solutions? Are you think black men are afraid to tell black women the truth? What do you think, Black Wall Street? Are we afraid?
I think
Kevin caught a lot of he caught a lot of pushback. Thank you so much, Solo Dolo. He caught a lot of pushback. Are we afraid to speak the truth to these women? Go ahead, bro.
I think we're not afraid to speak the truth. I think we just don't want to deal with all the BS that comes with it, as far as like the arguing and trying to explain ourselves, because you shouldn't have to try to explain the truth. But the fact is, respect for a man is what attention is for a woman. And a woman that can't control her mouth is like a man that can't control his hands.
Woo!
So,
you on it. Well, the church say amen from the young.
So with that being said, Uncle D, the only thing we can do is separate. And hopefully they'll get it together and follow us, because, man, I ain't finna be putting my hands on a woman, man.
But see, the problem is, Black Wall Street, wherever you move, they gonna move them right next door to you. You can't really separate yourself from them. They're gonna be at the comedy club, they're gonna be at the grocery store, the church, the barbershop, the salon. They're gonna be everywhere you are. They're gonna be there with your kids. Even if you separate, your kids gonna end up with them. Unless you decide to up and move to another country, they gonna still be here. So we gonna have to deal with our brothers and sisters. Now, it's not so difficult with the brothers, because reality literally smacks brothers in the face every day. You see what I'm saying? Brothers can't really live in delusion. You see, think about it. The alphabet crew didn't have a problem until the men decided that they wanted to be women and start trying to use the women's bathrooms. Then they say, "Oh no, you're a man," because at the end of the day, society sees them as a man, and we don't cut men break. But what do you do on a we don't have to go as difficult as a stud who thinks she's a man. But what do you do when you got a woman who think she can party, get dozens and dozens of bodies on her vagina, have 2 or 3 kids out of wedlock, and then think she can turn around and deserve a man who's making 6 figures when she get 28, 29 years old? Because that's the most dangerous level of delusion. Because what that does is it makes these women undesirable and makes these men who would otherwise be with these ladies, Black American women, go other places and find a woman. That's what we got to deal with. Let's get Brother Hassan in, and then we'll let Black Wall Street wrap it up. What are your thoughts on that, Brother Hassan?
Well, I partially agree with what Black Wall Street says, but I think the problem is black men, it's not like we don't love them. We just don't care anymore, man.
We don't care. Shout out to Phil Ishmael. And quite, I don't even think they care, bro. I don't even think
they don't care.
I think they're indifferent. I don't think they, bro. Let me just say this. I don't think black men love black women like they used to. We're indifferent. We are literally, we don't love them, we don't hate them, we're just indifferent. That's what I think. Now, we may not want to see anything bad happen to them, but we don't love them enough to marry them.
Nope.
We don't love them enough. We don't love them enough to protect them from themselves.
Nope.
We don't love them enough to protect them from what's coming for them. Shout out to my man Pharaoh Ishmael and the Quiet Song. That's what I see happening, and that's a shame.
Sure.
That's a shame for the people who are descended from Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, Harriet Tubman, all those 200,000 black men that gave their lives in World War II, the Civil War. It's a shame. It is what it is. Brother Wall Street, what else would you like to add on this thing, brother?
I just wanted to say we can use them as catalysts, and we can use them as examples of what to do and what not to do, and use them examples of victims of their own disillusionment. But my question to you, Uncle D, is, okay, 80% of our women are single mothers. Now, it's crazy to say, but shit, the best of our women have kids from our own experience.
Yeah, I would agree.
So, I mean, damn, we can't just throw them in the trash, Uncle D.
I don't want to. Hold on. So, I mean, what do you want me to do, Black? I don't have an answer.
I'm asking for advice. You see what I'm saying?
Let me say it like this, brother. Let me say it like this. Let me turn the music down because I want y'all to hear me loud and clear. I want you to hear me loud and clear. It is unfortunate that that's the current condition of Black America. It's unfortunate, but
because you said that you got sons and you don't want your sons to be like what society has planned for them, and you don't want to get robbed by someone else's son that hasn't been guided the right way. So I mean, we love these kids. You and 80
it's not your responsibility to take care of another man's responsibility. You have an obligation to yourself and to your family to go create your own children, not to take your finances to help raise some other woman, some other man's child. That's not your responsibility. The other thing is, it's a thankless job, and it could get you caught up. And it could cause for you to miss out what it is that the Most High wants you to do. See, I am not going to give you any advice that I wouldn't give my own sons. And let me tell you, tell those baby mamas that they need to go back to their baby daddies. And that's the only way that these women will learn. The cold shoulder is in full effect. It's not your job to save them. They don't want to be saved. They don't want to be married. They want you as a parachute. They want you as a fallback plan. But if they're going to give their best years to these other men, well, then they have to sleep in the bed that they made. I cannot treat someone else's children the way I treat my own. I'm not going to do it. I'm going to tell you now. If I had somebody else's children that weren't mine, they would be getting substandard treatment compared to how my sons are being treated by me, especially financially and attention-wise. I can't do it. It goes against who I am. That's not mine.
But I need to get another therapist then.
Yeah, so what I'm saying, brother, what I'm saying to you is, if you were my little brother, I would say don't date any of those women. Go start your own legacy. And you know, it's not your problem. It's not. I don't care what Dr. Umar Johnson says. I don't care what is his name, the fat dude, the finance dude. I don't care what Steve Harvey said. That's not your responsibility. I wouldn't put that on you. Go be free. You're a free young man. The world is yours. Go see it.
Because my therapist, he made it look like it's all black men's responsibility for us to clean up our community, and if we don't help fix the problem, then we're gonna be. Tell
your therapist I said he's a fucking simp and he can die slow.
Man.
All right. Yeah. Nevertheless, on that note, this is Uncle D, and as I always said this time, I'm out.